China against the Netherlands in the next race. The Princess Royal Challenge Cup. Jiang against Veldhuis. Veldhuis in the blue boat to the right of your picture, just straying out a little bit central. This is grueling, isn't it, in this heat, because it really is. I mentioned it just now, we've got a little bit of a breeze, but it's as stifling hot as we've had all week here at Henley. And in the single, Henley Bridge will seem a long way away.
We've got a lightweight versus a heavyweight here. Martine Veldhuis made her senior debut in 2018, finishing 7th in the lightweight single at the World Champs, taking on a seasoned, experienced Chinese openweight sculler, part of the sculling team at Rio. She was 6th in the women's quad. She's been in doubles this season. She's been in the single. A lot of experience there. Very, very exciting times for Martine Veldhuis, who's hoping to be part of a new lightweight double partnership with the Olympic champion Ilse Paulus. So she's a really skillful sculler. Often the skill is so important on the Henley water where it can be so rough. And coming out of the start, this is looking fantastic duel between the two. And a little stumble there from the Chinese sculler Jiang. A little stumble. We saw one scull get a little bit stuck, and the water is bouncy. There are washes coming across, and that can happen. And she's definitely being put under pressure by Martine Veldhuis.
And those little blemishes to their performance, they might look minor, but 1 or 2 or 3 of those in a race that's this tight could be very costly.
It can, and it can just unsettle you. It often brings in tension. It's often what happens as a result of that. It means it's thrown you off your rhythm. You need to relax again, you need to breathe, you need to get back into your rhythm, and you can lose a good 10 strokes sort of just recovering from that.
And it's a really great shot of single sculling this. Tell me about the contrasting styles, because you can see there is significant differences in the way they're going about this, their technique.
So, well, I mean, they have some different body positions going on. We've got more of a layback from the Jiang, from the Chinese sculler, who's now starting to use. She's longer, she's rowing longer, and she's now starting to use that. I think that Martine Veldhuis will also have front-loaded her race to try and hang on to the Chinese sculler, but definitely using her superior strength there. That pays over 2,112 metres. Yeah, it's just too much for Martine Veldhuis. Very accurate, very good sculling, but we can see the additional power per stroke that Jiang has. That's just too much for Veldhuis.
Making it tell. So this is beyond Remenham now and heading towards the regatta enclosure. And the Chinese sculler has put in a really good 500 metres or so. Well, she's enjoying it a huge amount.
She was runner-up to Lisa Chenard, who we've already seen this afternoon in this event in the first World Cup race this year. She was then 11th in Poznan, where there was a much bigger field. She has a lot of experience in sculling over the last few years. She's been in the double. In fact, she won a medal in the double in the World Champs in 2014. She was then 7th in the quad, 6th at Rio, 7th again in 2017, and now coming back into the singles. So she's had a lot of experience. She's been close to the podium, she's been on it a few times, but she's part of this big Chinese women's squad that we've seen over here, who are really starting to kind of move up, get closer to the podium, get on the podium, and we've seen the quad be put in a really fantastic performance. And of course now coached by Paul Thompson, who is the coach of the British women's squad from 2000 until earlier this year, till the end of last year. And we know that he's won a lot of medals for the British rowing team.
Did he coach
taking
you?
that know-how. Yep, he coached me in Athens, where I won a medal with Catherine Granger. And he's taking that know-how into a system that also has got Steve Redgrave now masterminding it all. Very good composure from Jiang there. It's tricky on this water, but she's now, obviously she's relaxing, she's ahead, but she's got real good, strong rhythm there. You can still see you get thrown around by this water.
You're starting to fight it a little bit, as you say. Let's look at all the craft on the right-hand side of your picture, and that'll be creating a bit of wash, and she's having to deal with that, lurching along a little bit, but she thinks, well, providing nothing untoward happens, she'll have this one in the bag. I said earlier on in the race, She didn't like she was enjoying it that much. It's dangerous sometimes reading facial expressions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Were you a grimacer or a smiler when you were in action?
I was a frowner.
Frowner? Okay, I'll check
I
your
always
videos.
felt completely relaxed, but I always had a sort of just a frown of concentration, I think, that you would see above the sunglasses. I tried to be, the rest of my face, I think, was pretty relaxed, because you're trying to breathe, you're trying to get the oxygen in, you're trying to make sure your mouth particularly is relaxed so that you can just breathe as effectively as you can as the pressure comes on.
Well, I'm glad you're not frowning right now. I find that most unnerving. You're not very relaxed today. In front of the stewards' enclosure, here comes Jiang of China. To battle the conditions a little bit, but pretty emphatic victory for her. Veldhuis of the Netherlands. Final couple of strokes. A lot more tough endurance work for Jiang to be doing over the weekend, Saturday and potentially Sunday as well. I'm sure she's come here with Sunday in mind. Good performance, that.
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens when she's tested by some of the others waiting over the weekend.
So Jiang through in the Princess Royal Challenge Cup.